With Chris Sutherland. Chris, it's just been announced that you'll become the sixth president in the club's history. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's a tremendous privilege, and I'm certainly proud to take on that role. Knowing that I've got some big shoes to fill, I think Dale's done an extraordinary job in taking the club through COVID, keeping the club financially sound, but more importantly, having built both the capability on and off the field for the club to now thrive as we go forward. So certainly excited and looking forward to the challenge.
How will that transition work with Dale? When will you officially take over?
Well, I've been working obviously on the board now for a year and a half. Dale and I work closely together through the next 5-6 months, and obviously I'll take on the role at the end of the men and women's seasons.
You obviously come in with significant experience, mostly as program CEO. What is your leadership style? What will you bring to the role as president?
Well, firstly, I think program was an organisation built on people, and football clubs are similar, right? They all depend on the work and the efforts of a great group of people. Now, we've got a great group of people at Fremantle, and I want to continue that. My leadership style, I emphasise, things like showing care and empathy, bringing yourself to work. And then I think as an organisation, it's our job to make sure that we allow you to be your best self when you're at work. So, there are a couple of things that, I certainly focus on, in terms of the leadership style, I guess.
As you mentioned, you've been on the board for about 18 months. What do you make of the board as it stands?
Oh, I think the board's an incredible board, very strong. It's very well planned, very well organised. Again, I think through Dale and also Craig's leadership of Vice President, I think they've done a great job, in ensuring the board today has the diversity of views and thoughts and inputs that you need. It's got a proper structure. It's got very strong governance processes. And, we've got a very clear vision and got a very clear plan. And we're working very hard to achieve that plan, which, primarily is to win our first premierships for both the men and women.
The news was announced this morning that you'll be the next president. You've already got some messages from fans. What's your message to the Freo fans, the Purple Army?
My message to them is that, I've lived in kind of football clubs and the football community basically my entire life, from playing as a junior footballer over 200 games to being involved actively at my children's junior football club where I was on the committee and then became president of that club for 5 years, to kind of now be involved when I was running program as a major sponsor of an AFL club, to now joining the board of Fremantle Football Club. And, I think we understand the passion, the connection that we must kind of maintain and build with our fans. I assure you that, we know that we're all together on this journey. It's been a long one, but we're determined, and I'm determined to ensure that we continue that journey to make sure that we win our first premiership, as I said, in both our men and women's seasons. I also think it's very important that we continue the journey as our purpose statement says, to make the Freo family proud, and that's on field, but it's also off field. And I think there's areas that we can continue to improve our connection with fans and members, while deeper engagement across the community football programs that we support, and many other things that we do.
Where are the areas of growth that this club can really excel in the coming years?
Well, I think there's a number of areas. Obviously, we've got a target to achieve reach 80,000 members in our current plan, and we're working very hard to achieve that. Equally, I think that we can grow deeper roots and connections into the community. We've got Kimberley Nines program running up north. We're heavily involved in supporting school girl football programs. We're a major supporter of an all-ability football program in the state as well. These are all things that I think we can further expand and make sure that football is a game that can be enjoyed by all, played by all, and we'd like them all supporting the Fremantle Football Club at the same time.
The AFLW started under Dale's tenure, and there's just so much more room to grow. Where would you like to see it get to in your tenure?
Well, I think certainly as an industry, the plan is that we want to grow this such that these fantastic athletes can become full-time professionals, just as the men are. So I think that really is the goal, to develop the league such that these, as I said, elite athletes can become full-time professionals. At the same time, I think we can do more to ensure that, you know, every girl at every school has an oval that she can play football at. And those school programs have coaches and on all the facilities you need to develop young girls such that they can play from 6 years age to professional just as the men can.
And talk us through your links to the Fremantle Football Club and to the City of Fremantle as well.
Yeah, no, I think I've always felt a passion for Fremantle. I think it starts from my father who went to Fremantle Boys High. A lot of his mates all grew up in Fremantle, and although my father's no longer here, they still have lunch in Fremantle almost every Friday. Equally, I took on the chair of the Fremantle Port Authority from the 1st of January this year, and that's another exciting challenge, if you like. So yeah, I've always felt a strong connection to Fremantle. And indeed, an earlier story in my family history is, my family arrived. My grandfather and all his siblings, if you like, arrived at the Port of Fremantle from Scotland, I think in the early 1900s. So yeah, I've always felt a deep connection there.
And you're a foundation member in '95. Could have you ever imagined that one day you'd be president?
No, certainly when I bought my first membership in 1995, I couldn't imagine that. And it's been quite a journey. I was a member from 1995, and then when I got involved in what was the integrated group in 2006, we became the major sponsor in kind of 07, I think. Then program acquired integrated. I ended up running program, and we've been the major sponsor through 08, obviously, till last year. So it's been a fantastic journey. Lots of heartache, lots of pain, but absolutely strong commitment to the cause, if you like, and that commitment and passion to ensure Fremantle becomes a very successful club, and one that can sustain success over a long period of time, both on and off the field.